You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
We are literally on the cusp of where legends are made. WrestleMania week is here. WrestleMania weekend is now here, which means we're not doing your typical SmackDown AfterBuzz this week. Plus, there was only 2 matches. We are doing a special WrestleMania prediction show, and it's time to celebrate, just like Kid Rock's song says. Welcome to AfterBuzz SmackDown. I am Christian Rosenberg with a star-studded cast this week, because we're breaking everything down. First off, right next to me, you know her every week, it's the lovely Kaori Takee.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you my predictions because I am going to retain.
Okay, well, someone else might be saying the same thing, because also joining us this week is like 1/8 of our current predictions champion, because I feel
quarter.
I feel like everyone except me is currently the predictions champion.
Hey, this is my first time too. This is my first time, so I'm on the prowl.
Well, he thinks too much.
Well,
so.
first off, Mr. Tom Connolly is here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
And he's, as soon as this is over, he is packing and flying to New Orleans himself.
Tomorrow morning.
That's right.
I will be there.
And then next to Tom, you know him on our NXT AfterBuzz, and is this like your first shot at the prediction
This
title?
is my first shot, and everybody runs for the underdog.
What a great WrestleMania debut it could be for Mr. Mark Donica.
That's me. I will be the Fandango of this year when it comes to AfterBuzz.
Nice.
Okay, and then I just hope in 6 months you don't fade to obscurity like Triple H talked about on Raw.
People will be chanting my name in the crowds and then forget after about like 2 weeks.
Okay, sounds good. We are also hopefully very soon going to be joined by fellow main event host Scott Narver. He's currently stuck in traffic, so he's going to like sneak on in on the couch. And then, of course, our executive producer, the one, the only, our boss, Mr. Phil Svitek. He's engineering, and he's also an avid wrestling fan, and we'll be sharing his predictions as well. Ain't that right, Phil?
Indeed.
Yes, so those are the people that are here live. We've also gotten everyone else's picks. All of them are going to be available over Twitter. We'll show everyone's picks on that on the AfterBuzz Twitter feed, which is at AfterBuzz TV, and I'm sure a bunch of us will be tweeting them out as well. But shall we just start getting into WrestleMania and the greatness that it is?
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, let's do it.
All right. I loved your enthusiasm.
Woo!
Yay!
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
I'm so excited. This is going to be great, guys. All
I
right.
don't sound like that.
So I love always looking up every year at everyone's WrestleMania records going into the pay-per-views, because every year there's always something that really stands out to me. So I got everyone's records. I'm not going to say every single wrestler's record. I'm not going to say everyone in the Battle Royal.
What's Jinder Mahal's?
Jinder, this is Jinder's first WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
Do
all right.
not get him started.
Don't hinder gender.
Don't hinder Jinder, and we will get to that Battle Royal shortly. Now, for anyone that questions, because I know there'll be some people in the chat roll that question, wait, that's not the accurate number. These WrestleMania records do not count pre-show matches.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Only WrestleMania pay-per-view records. So this pre-show match won't count on my records for next year. But needless to say, we can talk about it for now, because we have the fatal four-way for the tag team championship on the line. The Usos, who technically are 0-0, because they've only wrestled once on a pre-show.
Decent record.
Real Americans, who are combined 2-1, and that's all swagger. Ryback combined 0-1, and Los Matadores also technically making their WrestleMania debut. So this last year has been a huge build-up for the tag team division. They've had arguably matches of the year between The Shield, The Usos, Real Americans.
Primetime players.
Rhodes, the Wyatts, all of that. And suddenly they get bumped to, or pushed back, I should almost say, or even pulled to the pre-show. And not only that, Rybaxel, who I don't remember the last time they've won a match, is in the tag title match. And Matadores, or Los Matadores, I should say, to be fair, they've had a very strong record. In fact, just today on SmackDown, one of the two matches happened to be the Real Americans versus Los Matadores, where, to my knowledge, this was like the first time I've ever seen one of the Los Matadores pinned in a match, as Cesaro hit the neutralizer and pinned one of them. I don't remember which one. So the Real Americans and the Usos are clearly the ones that have built the momentum to go into this match. Do any of us feel that Rybaxel or Los Matadores have any shot at winning this?
No.
I think
No
Los
way.
Matadores have more of a chance than Rybaxel, and with the recent tensions between the Real Americans, they might have more of a chance than them, but I think the Usos are on such a hot streak right now. There's nobody that could take them down.
Yeah.
I think people just want to see Cesaro swing Torito.
I want to see him
that's
swing like someone 100 times.
That would be
Well, he could swing Torito
Yeah.
and then throw him over the field goal post at this Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans.
I
That'd
think
be
that would
awesome.
cause Cesaro to throw up.
WrestleMania moment. Right there.
That would be a WrestleMania moment. Throwing a Hail Mary that is El Torito. So Mark, it was sounding like you think you're going with the Usos.
No, I'm going with the Usos. I know I'm going with the Usos.
You are going with the
Yes.
Usos.
K-N-O-W.
He can spell, too.
Hey.
Tom, what about you?
I will go with the Usos. I want Real Americans to win. I think it'd be good for them, but I think it would add more to their story, at least. The Usos, I feel like since they've won the belt, have kind of, like, they've still been hot, but they haven't really done anything with them. There hasn't been a real feud for them. So I think Real Americans, at least, it will lead to maybe them breaking up over the belts. So something like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Usos. I think that they haven't had the tag title long enough. They barely got it. New Age Outlaws gave them the title, not gave them, but paved the way for it. So it's going to be them. However, I do think it's going to cause that Real American split.
You brought up a good point. Weren't the New Age Outlaws supposed to get their rematch?
Yeah, they were.
Then they got hurt.
Yeah.
Well, then they got hurt, and now we're like, oh, but we're better, but we still won't get our rematch.
I think that's why the Usos need to win so that they can come back after WrestleMania and have the return match at Extreme Rules.
Maybe, but this is what I found interesting, and I was adamant on the fact that I did not want the Usos to win the titles before WrestleMania, or at least not on TV, which it did, because they deserve the WrestleMania moment of, like, first time finally capturing the titles. Now, I think I might be the only one out of all of us, I don't think they're going to win.
Really?
I think, they'll just constantly feud, but I think being that the whole story that's been built up as far as any tag team over the last couple months has really been the Real Americans. And they had the dissension, and then they got back together. And there really hasn't been much talk of them fighting a lot. But then we had Zeb on SmackDown actually slap Cesaro to like get him angry, and then he turned into a monster. I think that the Real Americans are actually going to win the tag titles.
Did that change when we were watching SmackDown and
No.
the slap? Okay.
That actually solidified it for me.
All right.
I was on the fence. I was leaning towards Real Americans, but I don't know. But then seeing them finally actually pin Los Matadors, and after the slap, they were definitely cohesive. I can see them finally getting a title, celebrating, and then not long after, maybe even as soon as the next night on Raw, losing them again. But I feel like with as much as people love Cesaro, and as much as people love Zeb, people love Zeb. They're like, with swagger, but they love Zeb. I think Real Americans are going to take it. Phil, what say you in this tag title match?
Phil gets like special treatment. With
he's playing the Usos music. Is what he. So I'm assuming this means that Phil chooses the Usos to retain.
All right, he picked Los Matadors.
Yeah. Phil's with Rybaxel. Got it. All right, so Phil also chose the Usos. Actually, and if I'm looking at everyone else's picks, everyone picked the Usos except me. So
you might be.
I'm going to start
the
behind. I'm going to
loser.
start behind, which is normal.
Ooh, I love when this happens.
We're not even ready to talk about the streak yet. Is he here? Oh, I'm feeling chills. Oh my God, I'm nervous. Oh no, he's just as tall and just as pale.
He deserves
Actually,
it.
he has a very similar facial hair.
He deserves it. He went through LA traffic, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
He beat the traffic. Not just beat the streak, he beat the traffic. Scott Narver, that curtain jerk himself, sanitizing his hands and everything,
He gets his own couch.
has arrived.
The only problem is he's not wearing a sexy outfit.
He's got his WrestleMania 19
Yeah.
jersey.
I need a skirt. I need a
Oh,
skirt.
he just unbuttoned the top button
Okay,
for you.
all right.
And that's all I'm going
There
to
we go.
A leg for it?
Showing a little bit of shit.
And viewers disappear.
This is
I'm just kidding.
This is all I'm going to allow you to show.
Fair enough.
Thanks for making it.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Scott, slide a little bit to your left.
Get closer to that camera so
Yeah.
everyone can see your pretty face.
Slide a little bit down. Get a little chill.
Oh, there it is. I can see it now.
Yeah, there you go.
I got it.
So Scott, he's lying down right now.
Practically.
He's gonna fall asleep during this.
I was doing that during traffic.
Oh, nice. So Scott, we haven't really touched base on too much yet. We were just talking about the pre-show, the Fatal
Yes.
4-Way Tag Title.
Yes, you're going for the Real Americans.
I am going for the Real
You're
American.
not alone.
Are you joining me?
Yeah, because I'm a real American.
All right. I'm not alone.
There.
We the people.
When
We
did
the
you
people
decide
are-
this? After hearing his 10-minute prediction, or
No, on
No, that's
July
when it's
4th of
solidified.
last year. July 4th of last year.
okay,
That's when I
got it.
decided.
All right.
All right. Well, sorry, Matadors and Rybaxel. I guess no one picked you.
Someone did.
Someone did.
We want to win the
Torito.
predictions belt, so
Torito picked Rybaxel. 6-man tag match. The Shield, who are combined 3-0 because they all just debuted last year together, versus the team of Kane and the New Age Outlaws. Kane a record of 7-8. Billy Gunn 1-3 and Road Dogg 1-2. Billy Gunn has wrestled, oddly enough, and people don't realize that, but he's, I guess, wrestled at more WrestleManias
Oh yeah,
than Road
with the
Dogg.
Smoking Guns.
Smoking Guns, or even just solo.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
with Chuck. He did it with Chuck.
Yeah, and there's also, I mean, it probably doesn't count all of the decisions of that hardcore, the 24/7 hardcore match where everybody kind of showed up and there were so many decisions within like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been insane for his record.
So an interesting 6-man tag. We got, the present and the future versus what many people consider the past, but still certainly able to go. Scott, well, since you're the last one to chime in on the first match, we'll start with you with this
Stop calling me the future. That's not what you mean.
one. No, I wasn't calling you.
No, I get it. I'm the future.
You are certainly not the
There's
future.
Purell all over the couch, by the way, so it's totally sanitized, by the way.
Thank goodness.
oh my gosh.
I would say that Kane and the New Age Outlaws take this because I'm thinking that's where the dissension of the Shield finally comes into play. That something goes awry and that's how they get the win. But the Shield doesn't look bad for it. Like I know a lot of people want the Shield to win it and move on, but I think that's where Kane and New Age Outlaws take it.
I'm pretty much 100% with you again. I actually have...
We the people.
We the people. We the New Age Outlaw Canes. Yeah, I think Kane and New Age Outlaws are going to pull us out because they've teased the breakup and then they got back together. There's just something fishy to me about it. Something's happening. I don't know with which member of the Shield, but something's going to happen. And I'm going with Kane and the Outlaws. Let's go over to Tom.
I will say I think Shield is going to win this. I think now that they've kind of turned face, they still have some time left to go with them because we all thought they were going to break up like 3 weeks ago, and this is going to be a triple threat match for the United States title. Now they've completely switched everything with them. I think they want to keep pushing Roman Reigns, so they need to keep going more than being faces. So I say they win. I don't think they need to, I don't think Kane and them need to win more than the Shield does.
Mm-hmm. Mark?
Yeah, I'm right there with Tom. There's nothing that the Outlaws and Kane need this victory for. This serves the Shield 100%, and the interviews on WrestleMania today that they've had, the backstage, like
that is so
you've
great.
never seen this. It shows them more together And I don't see the purpose if they're just going to break them right up. And that's also why I don't think the Real Americans are going to win, so that they can break up before the Shield breaks up, so we don't have 2 breakups on the same show.
Okay.
I think the Shield is going to take it. I think it's going to be the dissension of the Shield and the ascension of Roman Reigns. That's why.
Ooh, double ascension.
Wait, so I missed something there. Didn't you say the Shield was going to win?
Yes.
But then you said the dissension of
Well,
the Shield.
because it's split.
So they're going to split but win.
Yes.
How does that work?
Because somehow it's going to be. Now
You think Roman Reigns is going to outshine them more
I think
than?
it's
You think like
they're gonna
someone
get
will walk out and then they'll still win in a handicap match?
something like that, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to last together for a long time anymore.
Phil, what say you?
I'm gonna go with Kane.
Okay.
Kane and those guys.
Okay, so it's Kane and those other guys.
Whatever their names, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Ass dog.
All right, so this room is split 3-3 with that match.
Yeah, believe in the Shield. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can we do one of those? Corey?
Oh, yeah, me.
Boom.
Okay.
You got your We the People, we got our Shield.
I'll just like do the fire.
Don't do the ass man. Don't do the ass man.
Sure.
We know you're not wearing pants again on this show.
I never do.
No.
He's wearing pants. I would not sit next to him if he wasn't.
Why not? Self-esteem destroyed. Speaking of destroyed, Divas division.
Oh, my gosh.
We have the 14 Diva one fall to a finish Vicky Guerrero Invitational. So from my understanding, that means all 14 Divas, 8 of them making their WrestleMania debut, are going to be in the ring at the same time. And Eva Marie could pin Rosa Mendez and become the Divas champion.
Could.
It's
It
true.
could happen.
Everything's possible.
Why are you saying my prediction already? No, that's not. That's not my prediction.
Give him his time.
Corey, I'll let you begin with this Divas
is
match.
hard. I just wish that they can press the reset button with this division. But I am going to say, reluctantly, that AJ is going to retain.
Now, why is that reluctantly?
Because I don't want her to have the title anymore, frankly. It's become boring.
It's just shy of 300 days.
Good for her, but the title itself has become boring. It's not making sense, and there's no great storyline. It feels like something's needed to happen.
There's more activity of people chasing it than actually fighting for it, like between the Bellas and Natalia, without AJ even being there.
And it just feels all too predictable that she's always going to still have it. Anytime she's has a title match, she's going to retain.
Well, especially against Naomi. That was...
I mean, in the last one she had against Cameron or whatever, and oh gosh.
At the pay-per-view, yeah.
It was rough.
And the only thing I see happening, well, for me, sure, that the Bellas can take it, Naomi maybe, but I see Tamina maybe taking it, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's going to be difficulty. Tamina's going to almost destroy her chances, but AJ's going to get it, and then something's going to happen between those two.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think AJ pins Tamina to keep the belt, and then on Raw we see the fallout of Tamina finally turning on AJ and starting that feud. Because, I mean, I feel like she went through all the Total Divas. I mean, now she can go through Summer Rae, I guess, but like, what are they gonna do with her? I mean, I'm picking AJ to retain just because there's 14 girls in that match. Is it going to be
every
how
diva.
much is it going to be a mess?
Not every diva.
Is it going to just be them all just falling out of the ring?
They're the women's division in NXT.
No, they're Divas now.
Did they call it the Divas
Yeah,
title
it's
now?
very unfortunate.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. But maybe someone from NXT will come up. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I wish Paige would show up.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
At
Just
a
tear everybody
15th?
apart.
Yeah.
You want more?
Yeah, why not?
It's WrestleMania. Everybody wants more.
At this point,
Is
Still
Vicky in
one
the
fall
match?
to the finish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I say AJ retains just because it's that one of those things where there's just too many odds stacked against her that she should just retain because it'd be funny too.
And just saying, if
she 14 girls,
if she lost her long reign to this kind of stipulation,
well, that could build like if she didn't get pinned, then she didn't lose.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Which brings the attention back to gives it a real story and having her chase it again. Which is why I think Brie Bella is going to win.
You're thinking, I know where you're going with that, which we'll get later on, but you're saying Brie Bella.
I'm saying Brie Bella. Now, I wish Naomi would win, but I think they're going to go with Brie.
Scott?
I think AJ retains. I think there is something with Tamina, and then Tamina wins it the next night. I'm thinking Tamina maybe, super kicks him in the face, goes for the pin, but
Did you say him, by the way?
Win.
Okay, go on. Okay.
I think Tamina will pin, or will super kicks one of the other divas, almost go for a pin, and then AJ will tap somebody out, and then Tamina almost had her chance, and then the next night on Raw, that's when Tamina will win it. But yeah, I agree. It's a shame. There's too many matches where there's too many with the tag match and with this match that there's not an elimination process. So somebody looks strong at the end. It could be a bunch of cheap wins and nobody's really established from it. Only the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, it doesn't even have that. Like there's a contender, but then the final winner, Randy Orton might not be pinned in the decision of it all. So
yeah, like all the title matches on this pay-per-view, none of the champions have to be pinned.
Yeah, it's only the Battle Royal, Royal Rumble Part 2. Is where that's the case, where everyone's going to be eliminated except for one person.
Well, don't forget about the Intercontinental and United States. Sorry.
Oh wait,
totally forgot.
Yeah, those aren't being defended.
Whoops.
I think this is the culmination of this season's Total Divas. I want AJ to retain, but they're going to figure out some way for her not to. Mm-hmm. And what better way than to have every diva that is under contract on the main roster right now to do so. Bree's busy with planning the wedding. Mm-hmm. Nikki's dealing with the stuff with John Cena. Naomi and Cameron got their stuff going on. Eva Marie, I pray to God, does not win it.
That would be awful.
It would be awesome.
Some
totally counter the whole yes movement.
It would completely counter everything. Summer Rae got the movie.
And her beef with Natalya.
And the beef with Natalya, but Natalya really doesn't have anything. I'm saying Natalya finally gets her WrestleMania moment and makes, I don't know who, because she's got 13 to choose from, but she'll make someone tap out.
With the sharpshooter.
Rosa.
Who knows who? But I'm gonna say Natalya actually gets a WrestleMania moment, being like, the long veteran. Oddly enough, in this, Layla has wrestled in the most WrestleManias out of all the divas. I don't know, it's just
what's her record?
1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
And that's the most.
Jeez.
Yeah. Phil. You got 4.
You can look, but you can't.
That narrows it to 2. That narrows it to 2.
They'll both win. They'll be co-champions again.
Yeah.
Are you going with Brie or Nikki?
Yes.
Let's go with Brie.
Okay, he says Brie as well. So we got 2 for Brie. We have what?
2 for AJ.
AJ.
3 for AJ, and I said Natalya.
Are we ordering? AJ. I'd like an AJ.
One, please.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, no.
JTG is the only one on the roster not booked for WrestleMania.
Ah, poor. That
but
sucks for him.
There's still 3 open spots.
Okay, all right.
He's still getting a paycheck.
Yeah, he is.
So
that works, but still, come on.
There are 3 current spots still open, so only 27 names have been announced. 7 of those 27 are making their WrestleMania debut. I'm not going to run through everyone's record, but...
Is Tatsu in there?
No, he is not.
Okay.
He's down at NXT right now, so he's not main roster.
Oh, no, he got lost.
That was a good question, though.
I'm
just gonna run through the list of the guys just really quickly in case people are listening and don't know everyone in it. So far, the 27 consists of Ziggler, Big E, Fandango, Alberto Del Rio, Damian Sandow, Titus O'Neil, Christian, Sheamus, Big Show, Mark Henry, Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Kofi, Miz, Brodus Clay is there, Darren Young, Justin Gabriel, Rey Mysterio, R-Truth, Santino, Khali, Ryder, Sin Cara, and Brad Maddox.
Nice.
And Brad Maddox. Before we discuss who we think is going to win this...
I can't. It's hard.
Well, before we discuss it... Corey's just so frustrated with this, she's just leaving. We needed a tiebreaker of some kind for our predictions title this year. So I figured the best thing to do would be for us to predict who the first person to be eliminated in this battle royal would. This would just be in the event of a tiebreaker, but I think it'd just be entertaining for us, all of us, to share who we think would be the first one to go. And Mark, you seem really eager, so I'm going to have you start it.
I think the first person out is not going to have an awesome WrestleMania, going to ruin his record. Miz.
What?
He's one of the only people who has on multiple shows talked about himself winning the battle royal, and everybody has kind of stopped him. Like, he got thrown out of the ring by Hogan and beat up by Joe and Schwarzenegger, but I think his is the only one that I think everybody will gang up on him and throw him out.
And his chance of passing the Undertaker's undefeated streak.
Gone.
He's currently at 3-0.
Yeah. No, that, I mean, they squashed Edge's streak with the Undertaker, but I don't think they're gonna work for any other streak aside from Undertaker. So I think Miz.
You're saying Miz.
Miz is the first out.
Tom.
I will say one of my favorites, Heath Slater, will be the first one out.
Okay.
Actually,
Slater's gonna slate.
Scott.
Brad Maddox.
A lot of people seem to be saying Brad Maddox.
He has a job already. Why is he like? I don't.
Yeah, but I want to see him wrestle, so I kind of don't want him to
I
get
can
thrown
see
out.
Brad Maddox the second the bell is rung, run and just grab the bottom rope.
I can
and
see him just running out of the
hang
ring.
on it. Or run out of the ring. Hide under the ring. Do something.
The whole story about Triple H being the COO and you want me to be the wrestler now? You want me to be the authority or the wrestler? Well, what's Brad Maddox?
Brad Maddox is looking for a trophy to wave around. He'll be like Owen Hart in the Slammies. He'll just be carrying it around, just like, look.
That's what
won.
I want my winner to do. Who
And
I
Scott, it's sports entertainer.
I'm sorry, what?
It's sports entertainer.
I'm
not
not
wrestler.
familiar with this term. What?
Phil, who would you think is the first one eliminated in this battle royal?
Say the names again.
If you really want me
order.
to, I can.
Pick somebody who's not in the regular card, and you'll probably hit somebody in the match.
Yeah, that's still a big choice. Just because they're not the best, they could be the best at being the worst, and that's equally a comp. That's
so you're picking
admirable
3MB.
Well, that's 3 people.
Yeah, you can pick any member of 3MB if you would like.
I should pick Ginger.
See, I don't know. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna reveal my prediction Sunday morning on this one.
Oh no, you can't do
This
that.
is a thinker. There's a lot
He's
of
the
people.
boss. He can do what he wants.
Oh, what's yours?
Just like Brad Maddox.
I have.
Sasha Banks.
He's going to be in the match now.
Yeah. My first one eliminated is R-Truth.
No,
He ain't going to do nothing in this.
Hey,
He's
wasn't
gonna
he
do the
on
splits.
SmackDown or Raw like last week or something?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So he's been around.
It's more than Brodus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He just showed up on NXT, which is surprising. I didn't know that he was in the.
Yeah, and he
in the
challenged
Battle
for the
Royal.
NXT title.
He wants to challenge for the NXT title, and he's going to be on the WrestleMania. It's weird.
Yoshitatsu needs to follow him to
Right.
WrestleMania.
There
I
are 3
agree.
spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 spots.
Corey, oh,
Yeah.
I love this music.
Corey, who's your first to be eliminated?
Well, it's so convenient this music starts when I talk about my first elimination. This is tough because I was debating between one of the members of 3MB, but I'm gonna go with Zack Ryder.
Oh, we all love Ryder.
It's possible.
Okay, well now, Corey, I'll throw it back. Since you went last on that, I'll
Okay.
make you go first on this.
Oh my
Who's
gosh.
winning the battle royal?
Can I really not go first, please? Because I need to look at my notes.
I'll go first.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
All right, I have an official prediction.
Oh,
Okay.
Phil's got official.
You mentioned him, right?
Justin Gabriel.
Yes.
Why did I know that music?
I don't know.
Because you were on main event.
I
for
was
a
on
long
main
time.
event for a while with Bad Jacket Justin.
Now he's not on there anymore. So.
He's nowhere, but he's in the battle royal. All right, Phil says Justin Gabriel. I think he'll do a high flying move before he gets eliminated. But
That'd be cool.
yeah. Okay, so
Up over the top rope.
Onto the floor.
so Tom, you're starting with the winner of battle royal.
I say this awesome person goes 4-0, and I say the Miz wins.
Oh.
Then he carries around that trophy like Owen Hart did and just brags about it like he bragged about being in the main event of WrestleMania 27. So that's what I think. I think the Miz.
Mark thinks he's the first out, and Tom thinks Miz is gonna win. I love it. Corey.
Okay, I'm just gonna say because he's a giant and it's an Andre the Giant Battle Royale, I'm gonna go with Big Show.
All right.
He doesn't need the
Good
win,
choice.
but it's not wrong for him to have it.
I was torn between 2 people, one of which was Miz, and that was pretty much the reason I was thinking. But I really, I'm going to get every match wrong this year. I just know it. I'm going to get every match wrong.
Gabby's going to beat you again.
Oh, yes. Gabby's going to beat me at WrestleMania, and I'm going to cry. The person in this whole Battle Royal that has the most momentum, besides the obvious choice of Big Show, which means he probably won't win, is Ziggler. And everyone wants him to have a moment. doesn't mean he has to go off to main event after this. I'm picking Dolph.
I like your pick.
I grudgingly picked Dolph.
No, I like your.
But
I would
pick Dolph.
I would want to see him win.
But that's part of the reason why I don't think Dolph or Ryder or Miz will win is because there's that rumor of them becoming a stable and being really just disgruntled. So they might get screwed somehow during the Battle Royal and finally just collect themselves and come out as a one big force.
Well, Mark, who do you think's gonna win?
Rusev Fudria, Rusev Machka, Alexander Rusev. We got 3 spots. He's coming in.
A lot of people think that, but he hasn't been on TV the last couple weeks.
He's been building himself for 2 months as a destructive force. Perfect time to show up and just totally annihilate everybody.
But don't you think, being that they've taken him off TV the last couple weeks, it might have been the thought of creative saying, too many people think he's just going to show up and win. Let's just take him off TV until after Mania?
No, I think that's for that surprise. So that everybody can think about all the grandeur, all the big matches, and then, oh crap, Rusev, I remember that guy. Yeah, no, let's see how he does, especially how well he did during the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott.
I'm gonna go with the Big Show. I think he's had a WrestleMania moment. I think they're gonna do something to establish the Battle Royal with him and Hogan there, and talk about him, of course, being Andre's kid. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Always forget. Always forget.
Always forget.
Phil? Really? Phil is picking Cody Rhodes.
No, not really. I actually no, because now I'm really mad because you picked Dolph Ziggler. I was gonna pick Dolph Ziggler.
You can pick him too.
You can.
But I don't want to pick any of your picks.
Saying yourself you're gonna lose.
But Phil, you could edit the show around so that way you make him pick somebody else entirely.
I think JTG is going to win.
All right, who do you say, Phil?
Final answer, Dolph Ziggler.
Okay, he's going with Ziggler as well. And one random side note, because again, I love the stats. We already know Big Show has the most losses right now, 4-9. But if Goldust does not win the Battle Royal, he actually has the worst WrestleMania record. He would be 0-6.
Wow,
that's unfortunate.
So the streak.
Yeah, he's got his own streak going. He would surpass. He's currently tied with Jeff Hardy for the worst WrestleMania record of 0-5.
You wouldn't think that though.
Yeah.
No. I would think Jeff Hardy would at least have won one match. Or
he never won. He never won the ladder matches.
Oh, yeah,
he never won the ladder matches.
Well, because he was jumping off the ladder and was outside of the ring the whole time.
He wanted his moment more than a victory.
Yeah.
Hey, I was there for that one. WrestleMania 2000. That was right in front of me. I was behind the Titantron. It was great.
I was there as well.
Yes. You guys were next to each other and didn't even know it.
Probably.
All right. Speaking of records, streak 21-0. Undertaker taking on Brock Lesnar, who's actually only got a record of 1-2. This is only his 4th Mania. Yeah. Is it safe to say that no one here thinks the streak's going to be broken? Is anyone daring to risk picking Lesnar? Phil, are you just doing that for fun?
No, I actually want to see the streak end.
Really?
Not like this.
I really do. I'm tired of it, and I think Brock Lesnar is amazing.
Brock Lesnar is amazing.
He is amazing. I think this could be the most dominant match that someone's had against The Undertaker, where Lesnar's just like mopping the floor with him. But there's no way.
No.
There's no way. Scott, you're silent, but I'm hoping you agree with me.
I do. I just want to believe in the match. I want there to be a point in which I truly believe that Brock's going to win. The moments of Shawn in years past and Triple H in years past, and even in Punk, the moment when you walk in every WrestleMania going, yeah, well, he's going to keep it. Taker's going to keep the streak, but then something happens where you go, oh my God, he might lose right now and just be a kid again and totally believe again. That's what I want. But I picked Taker.
Yeah. Okay, so Phil is the only one with the guts to pick Lesnar. So, Phil, you got that one wrong.
But I feel
Partly,
like
here's the thing. It will separate
match.
me. It will separate me from all of everyone listening and you guys. And then, when I am right,
I will stand above us.
When you're right, will you get the wiener sword on your chest like Brock Lesnar?
Best tattoo ever, next to a sun around your navel.
Yeah.
If Phil guesses that correctly, he will become sponsored by Jimmy John's.
But do you guys think the build-up has been that good for this match, though?
No.
We on main event the other night, we had to watch that whole segment again of Lesnar coming down to the ring, faking him out, trying to go in the ring, and like Heyman having to distract Undertaker. And I was like, he's supposed to be this beast that just doesn't care and just wants to fight, yet he's not going to get in the ring and just kick his ass. Like, he should just come down there and destroy The Undertaker. Like, that should have been him giving him an F5. Yeah, okay, oh wow, you gave him an F5. But he destroyed the Big Show, Mark Henry. He just should have, like, we should have gone into this match thinking, is The Undertaker even going to show up at WrestleMania? That's how badly Brock Lesnar beat him up. Then that would get me more invested in the match.
You should have forcefully beaten him to a point where he could F5 him. But that people could say, well, that's the Heyman influence. But no, for this, Lesnar should have gone all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not as much of the emotional buildup as there's been in that we've been used to from the several years past. Obviously with Shawn Michaels and the emotion that he always brought in. Triple H with the whole end of an era. CM Punk, it sadly coincided with Paul Bearer's death, which then they used in it, which added the emotion. There really isn't the emotion build. It's just like, okay, you're going against a freaking beast.
And not even tapping into the history that they've had with Hell in the Cell, the other matches that Taker didn't beat him. That now Taker should be challenging him to beat him in the spectacle of it all, and Brock should be the one not sweating it because it's you never beaten me before.
Yeah, but they've been busy with that with Batista saying that to Triple H, so they won't bother using it for that.
Well, they did the same thing trying to build the first Triple H Taker matches. They totally forgot that they already fought at WrestleMania and all of their feuds back in the Attitude Era and further.
That Triple H is the only one that's wrestled Taker 3 times at Mania.
Yeah.
They just don't want us to remember that.
Yeah, of course not. Speaking of Triple H, did you realize this is going to be his 18th WrestleMania match?
Wow.
He's currently 8-9, and he's taking on Daniel Bryan, who's 1-1. Which
he's going to be 8-10 now.
Yeah, more than likely. Does anyone think that regardless of how this match ends, the main event is going to be something else other than a triple threat?
It could. I mean, I definitely could see it going that way.
Me too.
I think if they had another triple threat match on the bill, then maybe they would have been like, surprise, it's not 2 triple threat matches. It's that and a Fatal 4-Way. I think they're going to stick to it. And Triple H might give it a stipulation, like no disqualification or something, where he can get involved and really just beat the crap out of him, but I don't think it's going to be a Fatal 4-Way.
Does anyone think, as I asked if anyone thought Undertaker would lose, does anyone think that Triple H will win?
I mean, I want Daniel Bryan to win, but I think there's a
chance.
big possibility that Triple H could beat Daniel Bryan and then win that belt at the end.
Whoa. Well.
What do you think, Corey?
Bring his bearing in trouble.
I think it's going to go no contest somehow.
No contest?
Yeah.
Are you picking a draw?
Yes, I am. Can I pick a draw? I think they're both going to go
technically can, because it's not scheduled to be a no DQ.
I'm just going balls to the wall draw. And then it's going to be all 4 of them.
To be fair, you did this at a pay-per-view in the past, and I laughed at you for it, but you were actually right. So, we'll see. Daniel Bryan's got to win this, but everyone's talking about, maybe Triple H will jump in as a Fatal 4-Way. What if Triple H jumps in as a special ref?
Ooh, well...
At SummerSlam he did it, and then this one. I don't know, can he tear the sleeves off of a ref shirt in that amount of time between that match and the other? I think the Daniel Bryan Triple H match will be the shorter than the Divas match.
Wow.
Why do you think that?
I think Daniel Bryan beats him that quick.
Huh.
Why though?
To counter the whole Sheamus loss. Maybe. Well, everybody kept talking about that.
Stephanie gives him a kiss and then running knee, bam.
Straight knee, 1, 2, 3, that's it.
He beats him in 15 seconds.
That would be crazy though.
I think I think that's exactly what it'll be. I think the momentum of Daniel Bryan and everything that happens, the crowd's going to be going so crazy and amped for him that he's just going to come out like a house of fire and just beats him really, really quick, and the crowd is then pumped for the main event. And gets everybody... In this day and age now where it's on Twitter and it's if you can get people ordering the network and watch it at that moment and get people to switch, they'll do it.
But at the same time, you got to remember, they have only 7 matches for 4 hours. Other than the Divas match, because I'm assuming that's going to be under 10 minutes, all the other matches have got to go at least 20 minutes.
Well, there's going to be tons of other stuff, though, too.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold's going to be there now.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of appearances. It's the 30th anniversary. They're going to have as many legends as they can doing backstage segments. Taker and Lesnar's going to go long because of, needing breaks and stuff, but... Yeah.
Mr. T's got to pity somebody backstage.
Yeah, that legend segment will take
some fool will be pitied backstage.
I am assuming Mean Gene. I'm not sure who.
Oh, Mean Gene.
That'd be crazy though if he beats him that fast. Because I actually want to see this match. I think it's going
I
to be
do
a really
too.
good match. And I'd be happy Daniel Bryan won that fast, but I would just think the whole time after that of something's going to happen before that main event now, with involving both of them again.
And then that could bring Vince out to negate everything that the Authority will try to do to keep Daniel Bryan from the championship.
Yeah.
Phil, what do you think? No shock. Okay. He says yes for that indeed. Okay. We'll just make that louder and louder and louder. Oh, yeah. Fine. Yes. Yes.
Look for the indecisive Daniel Bryan someday. Like, oh.
You know, there's actually a wrestler out here in the independent scene that calls himself the Maybe Kid, and actually his chant is maybe.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Smart guy.
Yeah. He's not bad neither. He's pretty good. Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. John Cena with a record of 7-3.
That's not surprising.
No, it's
I
not.
thought you were going to say like 10-0.
And all title matches. I believe that it's his,
every
his
single
first
one?
one.
No,
I think
except
his first one
for
was
the
the
first
US
one with The Rock.
No, the first match
Yeah,
with
the
the
first
Rock
one
was
was
the
Oh,
Rock
right.
title.
That one, but I mean that was the main event, so and
It was still main, yeah.
practically felt like for the title. So only that one with Rock, and now this one, it's not for the title. Like he's always in the.
Well,
in
his
the title
very
picture.
first one was the United States title.
Right.
Yeah, 20.
Meant something at one point.
Yes. When was that last
It
defense?
also spun it sometime.
2 weeks ago on main event.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or like a couple weeks ago on main
Yeah.
event.
Oh. Now, does anybody remember? Obviously, this is Bray's first WrestleMania. Does anybody remember anyone besides Lesnar being in such a huge match for their first WrestleMania?
Fandango.
Fandango, yeah.
Yeah.
He was still in the middle of the card. This is one of the two main events they're considering.
What about Angle? What was his first WrestleMania?
The duo belts, the Interpean Championship.
Oh,
the
the
him versus-
Eurocontinental.
yeah, Jericho and Benoit.
Or
2000.
Interpean.
That was a great match.
Yeah, but like Lesnar's first one, he main evented WrestleMania 19.
Oh, yeah, what's his shooting star press record? 0-1?
0-1.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Shockingly, he has
Maybe he'll go for 1-1.
Yeah, this year, yeah, it's
That
coming
would be
back.
amazing. Everybody. Oh, my God.
He has yet to
I
ask
hope he
for
does it again. I hope
he
he
has
does
yet
it.
to ask for a rematch on that. But yeah, I just find it fascinating that, and this just credits how great Bray has been. His first WrestleMania, he's wrestling, as we said, a guy who's only had one non-title WrestleMania match, and that was still the main event. That says something. That said, I still think Cena's winning.
I don't think so. I think I want Wyatt to win this match. What does Cena have to gain to win this
Exactly,
match?
like-
What does he have to gain?
His
And-
legacy, like the Eminem
Yeah.
song
It
says.
doesn't matter. Who cares about the song or the video promo?
I don't think if Bray loses, he's gonna get hurt by that either.
But
do.
I do too. 'cause
Remember
it-
Wade Barrett and when he lost against John Cena?
Yeah.
But they're not
Well-
like a Roddy Piper. Like Piper can lose and it doesn't matter.
And Jake Roberts.
Yeah, like
Right.
Bray's a guy that if he loses this match, something will happen that you'll still walk away talking about Bray over John Cena.
And
I
who
think.
says that this feud ends at WrestleMania?
Well, that's why I feel like Bray can beat him at WrestleMania, but then Cena can beat him next month, and that would be fine.
I think it's the other way around.
But
No.
this is the more important thing. This is more like
That's
they're-
why Cena
It's
gets it.
WrestleMania 30. All these older guys are coming back. We need younger guys to start winning because if Bray can't beat John Cena, then who says he's going to beat anybody else?
I'm with you, Rosie. I think Cena's gonna win because of that legacy. And again, I don't think it's gonna hurt Bray in any way. He's still gonna be powerful. And
Yeah, I got the girl on my side. Now look.
And we got the buzzards.
Yeah.
Scott, which one were you leaning towards?
You know, I think this might be one of the best matches on the show.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
gonna be
agree on that.
Show stealer.
So either way it goes down, like either way it plays out, either scenario I think is going to turn out great because it will continue because I think both guys are smart enough that whichever one loses, they still look strong in the end and they can make it so it's not the end of the world. So I think Cena will win, but I'm pushing for Bray, but either way it's going to be fantastic, but I think Cena wins it.
Okay. Phil? I like how Phil doesn't want to do much talking. He just lets the music speak for him.
which gets you to talk. the Bray Wyatt.
Well, someone
thing.
has to talk.
We're just gonna sit in silence.
So we
until he tells us.
got 3 and 3 here. for this match. And yeah, I heard a rumor that Bray's, the band that plays that song, was going to perform at Mania. But then I also heard that the band that plays Orton's music is going to perform as well.
Oh, I heard the Bray Wyatt a while ago.
Yes, Red Theory. That's them.
Yeah, those guys.
That seems unnecessary.
I would want Bray's more.
Yeah, it would make
That'd
more
be
sense.
so cool. Have an entire, just huge crowd clapping along with it. It'd be madness.
What if we had an orchestra play Daniel Bryan's?
I still
cool.
want. I still want Bryan to win against Triple H, and then when he comes out for the triple threat, have the final countdown play. That would just cement that it's Daniel Bryan's night.
Mm-hmm. But would that give it? I mean,
they don't have to pay for Cult of Personality anymore.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Who's that?
But so where do you think the Daniel Bryan Triple H match is going to take place on the card? I think it'd be really cool if they had it be the semi-main and he just went back to back. It would be crazy for him. But a lot of people think also it could be the opening match.
I think it's good. I feel like it's going to be either the first or second match of the night.
I think it depends on the type of match. Sorry.
Yeah, but either first or second, just so the crowd gets out there, they get hot. If Daniel Bryan wins, then they're going to be pumped even more for the main event, and just keep the momentum going.
But you got to do the giant video package before the match, so you can't really have it as the opening match.
I think it's the Battle Royal is the opening match.
Think the Battle Royal will open?
Yeah,
I think the Shield will open.
I think a lot of guys won't get their entrances, that there'll be a lump out there.
Yeah.
So that'll start it off, and it'll be and that gets Hogan out. That gives a reason to get Hogan out there in the beginning.
That's true. Hogan's
to do all the
beginning.
introduction and hosting and all that stuff.
That would suck if all of a sudden WrestleMania starts and already in the ring,
everyone,
25 guys.
But they used to do that before on matches where it was like when they had the free for all. If they'd have a guy's music start and be like, "Oh, this match is coming up next! Quick, order the pay-per-view." So I could see them starting having guys come out, like in the pre-show, and be like, "The Battle Royals first match, quick, order network, quick now."
Yeah.
Well, the pre-show with the part of the pre-show with the tag title match is just the network.
Oh yeah.
So people are just stay tuned.
And by the way, and people are coming over my place to watch the pay-per-view, and we're watching it on the network.
Everybody's invited. Do you want to send your address out right now?
Yeah, all you guys can go to 7A.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll tweet it out later.
Yeah, we'll tweet my address and phone number and social security number out later. But I'm just praying that the WWE Network doesn't crash, because they will lose millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars if that happens.
That's not true. 6-month commitment.
You signed up for it.
You're in it.
I signed up for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
They're stocks.
I recommend to people that if you have a big party coming over, if you have a bunch of people, get it on pay-per-view if you have cable. Like, you're not spending that much more money. It's basically just insurance, so that way it works. If you're watching with 1 or 2 people, just take your gamble on the network.
I have faith in them. I just hope they're ready, because there's going to be millions of people.
Let's hope your internet connection doesn't crap out. Yeah. So that's on you.
Yeah.
My internet connection's never had a problem. Knock on wood.
You say that now?
Yeah,
now you say it. Now
How did it
jinxed
handle a rival? Because as great, like NXT doesn't have as big of a following as WrestleMania is going to get, but that broke the network.
Mine
you know what?
fine
Streaks
the
are
whole
meant to
time.
be broken.
I was surprised. Wait, so do you think Daniel Bryan's going to be first?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends on the match.
Let's get into the main event of the evening. So the winner of Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, which we all picked Daniel Bryan, will take on Batista with a record of 3-2 versus the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton with a record of 4-6. Anyone want to pick Orton retaining?
Well, Rev Theory's going to play, so how could he not win?
I know, right?
They played CM Punk's music him out for Taker's match last year, and he didn't win. So bands aren't insurance.
But did he?
Yeah, but that was
too?
great, and that was like an investment in something that people cared about. Band playing for Orton's like, why is this happening?
And it's not like it's
Batista's
a
a bigger
song.
heel than you, and like we all care about that. Get Saliva, get them so they can boo Saliva and Batista.
I think Daniel Bryan wins. I'm not picking either of the other two.
The happy ending is happening, right? Well, Mark's shaking his head.
I'm not like as much as we all like. Everybody wants Daniel Bryan to win, but there's just something in the back of my head that's going like they could pull it, and just everybody will just whoever does win, if it's not Daniel Bryan, would just be the worst heel for the rest of the year.
They gotta know that having
that's the
Batista
thing.
win would just be so detrimental. Not too much if Randy Orton did.
I mean, it won't kill the subscription, 6-month commitment.
But they want 75,000 people to do the yes while Daniel Bryan is holding the title.
But they would get that if he beats Triple H. They would.
get
I mean,
that.
they would get that earlier, so they already have that in the can of like, we got that. We can share that wherever we want.
Not with the title.
But it does. Yeah, but it's still It's more them getting the crowd, that like pan shot of the crowd doing it, not Daniel Bryan. You know.
Oh,
I don't know. I want him to win, but
Yeah, no, me too.
Phil also picks Daniel
Yay.
Bryan, and the lights changed too.
nice.
Scott, were you also picking Daniel Bryan?
I want Batista to win so bad. I really do.
So glad you're on the couch right now.
I think Batista's awesome. I don't get why everybody hates him. I think when people go and look back at this run, that they ignored something great. Like they really ignored him on his game when he was allowed to do something that he could do. Ignore the Alberto Del Rio matches. That's not on him. That's just them booking that over and over again. But the way he's been off the cuff and reacting to everything, he's been a better heel than most other guys have been, with the exception of the Wyatts and the Shield. Like, he's been right up there. He's been more interesting than Orton in a couple of months than Orton's been in the past 2 years, in my opinion. And it'd be great to see him win. I'd love this to extend so we see in Los Angeles that Daniel Bryan wins the championship there, so it's the year-long culmination, but everything's so fast these days. It will be Daniel Bryan. That's what
So a long explanation of why it'll be Batista, and your last sentence goes with Daniel Bryan.
Wait a second. You get mad at long explanations?
But I say at the beginning who I'm picking, but then I said
I didn't
why.
have a beginning. I have to come in at the end.
You had an entrance.
I was building up Batista for Daniel Bryan to beat him.
But did you see Batista go crazy at the press conference?
Yes, I did. That was awesome.
that was
Absolutely madness.
I loved it.
No, it was great because it made him interesting, and I agree. He's a much more interesting heel than Orton. And this run, everybody is latching on to hating him because it seems like this is him. He's not putting on any sort of air. Like, this is just Dave reacting to everybody.
Yeah, he's playing off the crowd. The moment when he did De Niro face, that one Raw, when they're cheering, or they're booing him, and then they zoomed in on his face, he goes... he does
For those of you listening, he was just doing the De Niro face.
You gotta watch YouTube.
You gotta watch it on the YouTube. But yeah, since Orton's just kind of become just like a smartass. And I've actually really enjoyed this Orton since the Chamber. I've enjoyed this
too.
Orton. I agree with you that Batista, is the bigger heel than Orton right now. But I think it's also just more so, it's just Triple H and Stephanie as, like the top heel is just pushing Daniel Bryan down. Not even necessarily Batista. I almost feel like Batista, even though he's there, and obviously he is booed, he's still kind of turned into an afterthought. And I don't want that. Like, I do like him as a heel. I don't like him wrestling really much, but I enjoy the heel. And I wouldn't be against him winning the title, not on Sunday. Not at WrestleMania.
Saturday?
Yes.
At a house show?
He can win at Access against Orton and then lose it the next night.
Can I throw out a... Oh, wait, you have to do your prediction, right?
I think we all said Daniel
Okay.
Bryan.
Do we want to say... Can I throw out a crazy prediction that I think is going to happen?
Sure.
So say Triple H comes down to interfere in the match.
Okay.
Say the Authority comes down. Triple H and Kane come down. Do we see Kane helping Daniel Bryan win? Go back to the Team Hell No.
You're right about that.
And it was all set up like all along. Like Kane infiltrated the Authority to help Daniel Bryan in the end.
Only if we see some type of backstage segment where Kane stares at his mask that's in that container.
Yeah.
If that happens, then yes.
I think that'd be cool. I just think
it would be cool.
It'd be cool.
Well, couldn't it happen because Brad Maddox is not watching the mask in the case because he's out in wrestling?
He's busy celebrating his Battle Royal victory.
Or defeat. He could be celebrating being the first one eliminated too.
I think a crazier prediction would be Sting costing Undertaker the match.
Yeah, that would.
But what would that lead to? We don't get
exactly. No, that's the thing.
we don't get another Undertaker match if the streak ends.
That's why it's crazy.
He just disintegrates if the streak ends. He turns into a ball of smoke.
He turns into an urn.
What if he wins and then Sting shows up?
And then even crazier, you cut to the back with Sting, CM Punk, and Stone Cold Steve Austin all drinking beers.
We're expecting a lot at this WrestleMania this year, and we can't wait to watch it. Tom and Scott are going to be down there in New Orleans, however you want to pronounce it. And then, of course...
We'll let you know when we get back.
Yeah. And then, of course, on Sunday night, after the pay-per-view, we will be doing the post-WrestleMania AfterBuzz here. I'll be here. Mark will be here. Corey, are you going to be here?
I'll try to be here,
Right.
yes.
You two will be getting drunk in New Orleans. So...
I probably will have no voice from...
Yeah.
Guessing.
Do you guys
from
have
Yes
any?
Chance all weekend.
Do you guys have any predictions for the remaining slots for the Battle Royale? Real quick. Sometimes.
I think Rusev, RVD, and JTG.
JTG. Oh, right.
I like RVD. I heard a rumor that Papa Shango was in town, which
That would be cool
awesome.
for the voodoo thing.
What about Warrior?
No.
Or Jake the Snake?
That'd be crazy.
I mean,
No?
I don't think that's too
Crazy.
crazy, but they're going to have their moment at the end.
Give
I agree
DDP a
on Warrior.
moment.
I think
I would
Warrior
love
would.
if Warrior came in, man.
What about
He would have to
DDP?
win.
Because
Yeah, that'd be
he's
cool.
not doing anything. Well, he's
fair.
presenting, but he's there.
Scott, Razor Ramon?
Sure. Nash.
Yeah, Diesel will come out again.
Yeah.
Diesel's just the battle royal guy from now
He
on.
wouldn't be able to make it to the ring. He'd just tear his quad.
But this year he comes out as Oz. So guys, in the meantime, as we'll be tweeting throughout Mania, where can people reach out to you to talk to you about it? Mark.
You can find me at twitter.com/soapboxmark.
Tom.
You can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. Tweet us this weekend, and we'll see where we're at.
Scott.
Yeah, you can tweet me at Curtain Jerks, and I'll be there with Tom, and we'll wrestle you.
Corey.
You can find me on Instagram as well as Twitter, KAORIOUS. And I think Cesaro might go into the royal thingy.
The royal thingy. You ended this on such a high
I
note.
can't think anymore because I just said his name. All right.
And you can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. Enjoy WrestleMania. We will see you guys here on Sunday for the AfterBuzz. For Scott Narver, Mark Donica, Tom Connolly, Kaori Takee, and our producer Phil Vitek, I'm Christian Rosenberg. See you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Yes.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.